we're in Shetland to meet Lisa Manson, the third singer chosen for Aeon the Gathering. We're excited to meet her and her family here on this historic land, shaped by both Scottish and Scandinavian roots. We're going to be filming today on Lisa's mum's croft, which is where Muddy Bay begins to make sense. Lisa, congratulations on being the next singer chosen for this incredible project. I look forward to hear your thoughts about that. But first, just tell us where we are here today.
So this is one of my mum's projects that she's got at the moment. So this is a traditional Shetland croft house, which my mum is currently in the process of renovating. She's actually going to be opening this up for tourists in the summer. So all of the cruise ships that come and visit Shetland, they're going to be coming here via bus and come in to have a Shetland croft house experience.
That tradition, that sense of tradition, is that important to you and your family?
Yes, definitely. My family have all originated from Shetland for many years, and we're very proud Shetlanders. We still do a lot of traditional methods of farming and crofting, so being able to have an old croft house like this and even have the animals that we can showcase as well, it really means a lot to us.
To what extent would you say that childhood, that upbringing has shaped you? Is it something that's stuck with you throughout your life?
I would say it's definitely made me the hard worker that I am today. We grew up working hard. I was able to keep my own horses and ride them, and my brothers had scramblers, so they used to tear about the parks there. And you know, as much as we worked hard, we also were able to live a really wonderful life and have great fun as well in the process.
So a lot of hard work, but you said a lot of fun as well, and music too. Music played a big part, didn't it?
My granddad used to be one of the biggest accordion players in Shetland, so I was brought up with just the noise of accordion throughout my croft house all the time. But you would hear his foot banging when you'd walk in the door, because his foot would be banging and he would be practicing accordion. Or you'd hear Robbie Shepherd blaring over the radio or whatever CD my granddad had on. So music was always in the house. It was how I was brought up.
And was it something that you bought into at a very early age in terms of becoming a performer?
When you are born into that house with the constant sound of music and our granddad's accordion or whatever, then you know, it just becomes a part of your soul, becomes a part of who you are. And it was from a very young age. I think I was about maybe 5 when I started taking up fiddle, and I had fiddle lessons. And then it was shortly after that, when I joined school, that I started singing a lot more and realising, oh, I can sing and I've got a voice.
And Deirdre Hayward, I think, had a big role to play for you then?
Deirdre Hayward, so she was fantastic. She really did mould my voice to what it was today. She gave me so much training and I learned so many skills from her, and I couldn't be more grateful to her for progressing my voice the way that she did. She put me through classical singing grades. From there I was able to develop my voice and build on my skills and learn proper vibrato and everything else, and she was the one that taught me all of that. So I was doing my classical grades, but I was also still singing my folk music as well. In high school I was playing in other bands too, so I had lots of musical opportunities that school brought me when I was there.
So talk to me about some of those performances and how widespread it was then.
So when I first went to high school, then my fiddle teacher, Margaret Robertson at the time, she found out I was a singer, and so she created a band for me called Linty, and that consisted of her son, Ryan Cooper, he was the best guitar player in Shetland at the time, a very talented guitar player, and Miriam Brett, and she was the Young Fiddler of the Year in Shetland at the time, and then me singing. So I had a really very fantastic band from the get-go. And Margaret had several fiddle bands that she had, high strings, and other fiddle bands that she had that were gigging all the time. So when I first came up into secondary 1, I just joined that gigs that they did, and she took me everywhere from one end of Shetland to the other. I was gigging all the time, singing, and I sung in many festivals, accordion fiddle club, lots of different events throughout the Isles and local halls, etc. And that definitely gave me more of a presence in my voice. I ended up singing on the radio. We recorded a CD, like a big group CD. I was singing on the track of the CD there. So that gave me fantastic opportunity. So Margaret set the band up for me for the folk side, but I also had Deirdre teaching me the classical. So I really had the best of both worlds with my voice. I was really privileged that I had that opportunity in life to have all that support in my singing.
And you get the opportunity to tour more widely as well?
Yes, Margaret organised a tour to Ireland. So there was 30 Shetland musicians that all went to Ireland. I was the only singer, but I also played fiddle. So I actually played in the fiddle band. She had a couple of fiddle bands, so I played in one of them as well. So as well as being the singer, I was also playing my fiddle. And yes, we went on tour to Ireland, which was incredible. And then we did like a bit of an exchange, because the Irish group that we'd kind of got connections with, they then came to Shetland, and then we did a bit of a little Shetland tour with them as well. It was an incredible experience, and I loved every single minute of it.
So after school, college in Aberdeen, and you continue your musical studies?
Yes, so I moved to Aberdeen to do a diploma in music, and I did that for 2 years, and I then graduated and then decided to stay. And I had a few different jobs until I landed myself a job in oil and gas, and then I ended up just staying. I got a career, but to begin with, I also worked for the Scottish Entertainments Company. So I did a few bits and bobs for them. So I sung at the Highland Games, I sung at weddings, I sung at Scottish food and drink events. So I did bits, but not as much as I would have hoped. And I think my career then kind of took off a bit more, and that became more busier. And so my music, unfortunately, kind of took a bit of a back step eventually. As much as I was, it was hard, but I couldn't do both. I was working full time, and it was just how it kind of happened.
The name of the track might not mean much to a lot of people who come across it. So just tell me, what is Muddy Bay? When
I first read it, I was like, Muddy Bay, where have I seen that before? I've seen that somewhere. And then that's when I realised I've seen it on the Welcome to Lerwick sign, and it's in brackets at the bottom, and it's the Scandinavian name for Lerwick is Muddy Bay. And I actually didn't know, because it's something that I never really looked at before until I saw the track, and I was like, oh, that's where it's come from. So yes, it's Lerwick, which is obviously the capital of the island, which has got massive, huge musical influence as well. So yes, I thought it was a great name.
And the song itself, then, when you first heard it, what did it begin to mean to you? What did you take from it?
When I first listened to the song, it's really powerful. It's got a lot of emotion behind it, definitely. But the lyrics that's in it, there's so much which resonates with Shetland with regards to fire and sea and land and farming and crofting and fishing. And then the Viking presence as well. And all of that really resonates really well in the song. When you listen to it, you get a real sense of culture for the island, and a real sense of this is what our roots are. This is where we came from. This is the roots of where a lot of Shetlanders came, whether it's from your Viking past or your fishing or your crofting, which is huge here. Like there's lots of that still obviously happening right to this day. So I think that it's hit all the key things that Shetland is all about, which is, the fire, the wind, the land, the Viking, the culture, everything like that.
You mentioned Abhelia, and I know it's always important to you and your family, but this year is even more special, isn't it?
It is, yes. So my Uncle Carol is the Geyser Jarl for Smuha, which is South Mainland Abhelia, which is this Friday. So we've actually been waiting for 8 years for this day. So it's been a long time coming. It's better than Christmas. My God, it is very exciting. We had our photo shoot the other weekend, and that was the first time we were all together, all finished our outfits and full dress. And we just look incredible. I could not be happier with how the outfits have turned out. And even though I've been south, the amount of effort and hard work that my squad has put into making this outfit it's just incredible. We look fantastic, and we're going to have the best day on Friday. We're all very, very excited for that day.
Just tell me a little about what is involved and what will be happening.
Yes, so everything's very top secret right up until up Heliah Day, so nobody knows what our outfits are going to look like. So that all gets revealed when we step out on up Heliah Day and we reveal our outfits. So on up Heliah Day itself, we go around all the primary schools in South Mainland. We go to the old folks' home and we do a lot of visiting, but we also we visit other businesses, etc. as well. And it's a day of all the family being together and we're all celebrating and having the best time. And at night time, we then have the fire procession, which we call it the procession, which is like the fire part, whereby the galley is at the very front. The galley is the Viking longship, which has also been built by hand for the past year. And that galley is pulled at the very front, and then there's 2 single file lines behind it. And this year there's 601 people participating in the procession part. So we'll then walk through the village of Sandwick. That's the village we're doing this year, and we'll walk through there, and we'll end up on a beach whereby the Viking longship will be placed on the beach, and all of us will then circle around it. And my uncle will then be in the galley itself. He'll do a bit of a speech and we'll have a 3 cheers for him. He then comes out and there's like a brass band that do a bit of a fanfare. And then that'll be the call for us to then throw our torches within the galley, and we burn that galley to the ground. But we actually have it on a ramp, so once all the torches are in, we cut the rope and it then goes all the way out to sea. It goes down the ramp and goes right out into the water, into the sea. And then from there, it's probably one of the most amazing views you'll see is a boat out at sea burning, but then the fireworks overhead, because we have a fireworks display to celebrate that as well.
You're going to need about a week to recover from
Oh,
all this,
I know. I definitely will. It's a lot of fun though, and the adrenaline keeps you going throughout the whole night. As much as you're knackered and tired, the adrenaline, the excitement of it, just the fun and everything that it comes with it, it keeps you going, and it is just fantastic. I love every single minute of it. I cannot wait.
Let's just talk a little bit more about the song. You've talked about what it meant to you. How do you think it'll be received generally across the islands?
I think the Shetlanders will also probably hear the same as what I do, hearing about like our culture, our heritage, but all the things that is quite resonates with the island. So like, we've got up Heliah as mentioned in the song. And crofting and fishing and fire and wind and all that stuff. So they definitely will get a feel of Shetland when they listen to the song. It kind of covers all the core things that we have, like we stand for on this island, and I think that they'll love it as much as I do.
And do you think that can transmit to people from far away as well, in terms of when they hear it, will they get a sense as to what the islands are like?
I think so. I think if you're listening from it as not being a Shetlander, you'd listen to it hearing the passion for the place. It's the passion we have for the islands, the love we have for the islands, the passion we have for our culture. And I feel like that's the one thing this song has. It's got a lot of passion, I believe, and a lot of emotion behind it. And it's the whole very proud to be a Shetlander. That's how I hear it, and I'm sure that's how others would hear it as well when they listen to the song.
And have you been thinking a lot about the song and how you're going to interpret it and put your own personal stamp on it?
Definitely. I've been thinking about it a lot. I've been practicing it a lot as well. So yeah, I'm very excited to reveal my kind of version of it when I get to the recording studio and show you what I can bring to the song. I'm excited for that.
Let's talk a bit more about the project generally then. It is this social compact. It is about giving performers a chance, but it's also about giving back to communities. I think I know the answer, but that's clearly going to be really important to you, isn't it?
I definitely, like anything that I can do to give back to Shetland, and I absolutely am so on board, and Shetlanders will be so grateful to have that as well. So yeah, it does mean a great deal, and it means a lot that I'm able to be a part of something that can give back to Shetland, and I think it's really fantastic.
We're still in the building process of the project, but I'm assuming you've already thought about the prospect of performing here.
Yes, definitely. I've been telling all the Shetlanders, because obviously I was in the Shetland Times this week. I was in the paper, so I've had quite a lot of people coming up and speaking to me about that. And I've said to them all, well, hopefully I'll be coming up here on tour and you'll hear me singing the song live. And I've got a lot of people that's keen already to come and watch that. So yes, I think that would be incredible if we get the opportunity to come up here and I can perform the song on the island. That would mean a lot.
They said that was fine for a rehearsal, so if we could just start now, then that would be Lisa's voice carries Shetland in it, not as a postcard, but as a lived place with a deep history and hard weather. You've seen that Up Helia is a spectacular festival, and for Lisa and her family, this has been a special start to the year. Now it's onwards to singer number 4, already chosen and coming from Caithness. Tune in to find out more and watch this project keep writing songs, finding talent and giving back.